Yo, what's up, guys? We're back for the second week of Dana White Contender Series. And the first week we did pretty good. I just want to recap that one real quick. And we went 5-0 on that. It was a pretty entertaining night of fights. Greg Hardy got a contract as well as, who was it? Alonzo Menafield. Alonzo Menafield was our most confident pick. And he got a knockout in about, I think it was like 10 seconds. I don't remember, 10, 15 seconds. So that was a pretty good pick there. And then Chris Curtis was the other part of our parlay, and he got the knockout very quickly. We went. Greg Hardy was also another person that had a quick knockout, and he was able to earn a contract. Chris Curtis actually didn't get a quick knockout. He got a head kick knockout, but it was in the third round. It was a pretty nice knockout. And then Kevin Holland, he kind of had a weird performance where he was doing a lot of showboating. He was kind of the most disappointed of the night. And then for Montel Jackson, he had a pretty good night. He did a lot of fouling, but really dominated the fight. Showed he was a pretty good prospect. I thought he looked good. And, for this week, for the first fight, it was Tyler Hill against Dwight Grant. And it's pretty hard to find recent tape on Tyler Hill, but from what I see, he's a Muay Thai striker. He comes to throw down. He's another fighter coming out of Alan Belcher's fight team in Mississippi. He's that similar style, action Muay Thai striking style. He's kind of like a crazy man. You'll see him screaming and yelling pre-fight, walking to the cage, gets really pumped up, becomes ready to fight. You see in his UFC bio that he's saying like he wants to come to the UFC to beat all these guys in the big camp and prove you don't need any of that stuff. So he is motivated, in that sense. I think he kind of has that kind of personality. And he has nice leg kicks, throws them early and often. Solid hooks, but he isn't the fastest with his hand speed. He's good in the clinch. He tries to get in the Thai clinch, land hard elbows and knees. He has good power in the clinch. He can hurt you to the body with knees. He has a nice head kick and can KO you with it. Questionable takedown defense, doesn't seem to have a lot off of his back. He's gotten on top and gotten submissions, but that's against very low-level competition. And he hasn't beaten anyone with a winning record, and his opponent's combined record is 8-29. So pretty poor level of competition there. He lost his last fight after getting a step up in competition against Wade Johnson in Bellator. And he hasn't fought in 1 year and 8 months, so he's coming off quite a long layoff. And for Dwight Grant, he's fighting out of the much better camp in AKA here. And he's fought the much higher level of competition as well. He's a powerful Muay Thai striker. He has KO power in both hands. Good check left hook. He'll try to knock you out with the overhand right. He's pretty accurate with his overhand right. He throws nice leg kicks and he has a good body lock. Fast athletic. Pulls out his front hand to gauge distance. And then explodes with the overhand right. He doesn't throw in combination much. Neither guy, I think, will be looking to grapple. Neither guy really has great striking. But I think Dwight Grant is the guy with better grappling, the guy with more explosive power. And I think he's just a little bit more polished. He comes from the better camp. So I'm going to go with Dwight Grant by TKO early in round 2 or late in round 1. And I'm going with, like I said, Dwight Grant in that one. And up next we have Ryan Spann against Emiliano Sordi. And Emiliano Sordi looks like a pretty decent fighter. He has good movement for being so big. Light on his feet. He doesn't have huge power, but he's accurate with the shots. If he lands in combination, definitely can hurt you or knock you out. Decent grappling. Does a good job of floating between the back mount. And has good control. Back and mount. He has good control. He seems a bit physically weak. He can be controlled, taken down himself, or pushed against the cage. And he definitely lacks heart, has a mental problem, because I've seen him quit quite a few times in his fights. He was fighting in Bellator recently against AJ Matthews, and this is a much smaller guy than Ryan Spann. And AJ Matthews was getting beat up pretty badly by Sordi. Sordi took his back. He was dominating the whole round. And then in between rounds, he told his corner that his head felt fuzzy and just quit. So it's a very alarming thing. I've seen him tap out very fast in another Bellator fight where didn't even fight the hands, didn't try to get out of the choke at all, just kind of got himself out of there. And I think he has a cardio issue, lacks cardio and toughness. For Ryan Spann, he's trying to right the wrong of his first Dana White Contender Series performance. He was KO'd in just 15 seconds in that fight. And he's a tall, long, athletic guy. He's going to be the bigger, more physical athlete in this one. And I think he's going to be the faster guy too. He throws some nice kicks, has a pretty good pop in his hands. He's shown recently with back-to-back knockouts that definitely has improved his power. He has a nice check hook. He's a good wrestler, likes to get in the clinch, work the fight to the ground. On top, he has strong ground and pound, solid submissions. He's a finisher, and his last fights have not gone the distance. He should be motivated to get a contract after his failure last time. Definitely has a questionable chin, though. He can't get rocked. He should have the grappling and mainly the mental toughness advantage, in my opinion, in this fight. And I just think he's going to start grinding on Sorty. I think he's going to be stronger in the clinch, be able to push him around, bully him. Definitely has to avoid getting hit early. Sorty definitely could crack. Definitely is pretty accurate. Those are combinations. And Spann needs to get in that clinch. And, I think if he could take him down, start hitting him, start ground and pounding him, get in a dominant position, I think Sorty might be able to, just fold up. And he can get a first-round TKO there. So I'm going to go with Ryan Spann by first-round TKO. And up next, you have Anthony Hernandez against Jordan Wright. And this was a pretty fun fight to tape, man. I was pretty excited about both these guys. Jordan Wright's 9-0, but he hasn't fought anyone who's very good whatsoever. The combined record of his opponents are 10-51. And he defeated a 7-3 fighter in his last fight, which was his first win over an opponent with a winning record. He trains out of Jackson Wink MMA and has good confidence coming into this matchup. Anthony Hernandez, he's the current LFA middleweight champion, coming from a good camp as well in MMA Gold, undefeated at 6-0, and has an amateur record of 7-1, so pretty experienced. Definitely fought the better guys and just went 5 rounds in January. Jordan Wright looks like a very athletic and a huge middleweight. He's very fast, moves pretty well for a big guy. He has a great kicking game. He has 2 high kick KOs in his career. Has nasty kicks to the body. Very fast kicks. Those are with no wind up or setup. Nice leg kicks as well. His hands are only okay. He doesn't like fighting in boxing range as much as space. He has good takedown game, times singles and doubles. Good get up game as well. Transitions to the mount and back very quickly. Works in the rear naked choke. I think he's a pretty good prospect in my opinion. He's a finisher. He's won all 9 fights by first round stoppage. And he's going to be taking on the LFA champion, Anthony Hernandez. And, a fight that most likely would have went down for the LFA strap, Wright was also fighting in the LFA, so he would have had his opportunity in my opinion. And now we get to see it here. And Hernandez is also a well-rounded fighter. He likes to walk you down, use nice in and out movement, and his jab to gauge distance, set up combos. He has good hands, a nice straight right. Nice jab, nice inside leg kick, nice head kick, pretty accurate with his combos. He isn't the athlete Wright is or as powerful and explosive, I don't think, but he's very dangerous in the clinch and on the ground with chokes. He can lock him in standing. He doesn't seem like he's the most physical or biggest middleweight. He's gotten push and control against the cage against some lower level guys. And I'm gonna go with the upset here, guys. I think Jordan Wright is the better striker. I think he's a little more fluid, and I think he's kind of a strong athlete. I think he looks pretty good, man. I kind of drinking the Kool-Aid Jordan Wright. It's kind of hard to tell, man. You haven't seen much of these guys fighting against good competition, but I'm going Jordan Wright by a first round KO, TKO, and he's going to get the upset in that one. And up next, we have another fight with Austin Springer against Giga Chikadze, and this fight's pretty good, this is a fight where they're going to give Giga a chance to get in the UFC. He's a former glory kickboxer, has nasty combinations. His body kicks are ruthless. He could drop you with it. Has nice tight boxing combinations, great power and speed. And as a pure striker, he'll immediately become one of the best strikers in the division. He's trained out at King's MMA, so he has to have been steadily improving his grappling and his ground game. He's fighting in Gladiator Challenge, and that league is, pretty famous for giving very big mismatches, kind of squash matches. And the combined record of his wins are 1-29. And he's dominated all his opponents, one via TKO, KO. He does have one loss, and that was against someone that was 5-3. Austin Springer, he's a former tough guy, but he's lost 3 out of 4 fights. And the UFC is definitely looking to give Giga a win here. He's kind of an average to below average fighter. He's an aggressive striker, but he isn't very technical. Winks punches, gets off balance, leaves himself open. He has good power on his overhand right if he can land it. He has 6 TKO KOs out of his 9 wins. He's been finished every time he's taken a step up in competition. He isn't a grappler, and his wrestling is not very good. He only has 1 submission victory in his career. He has losses to guys like Steven Seiler, guys like Chris Grutzmacher by finish. And I just think Giga should be able to KO him early. I expect the UFC wants that too. And I'm going to say Giga wins via first round body kick KO. And I'm pretty confident in that one. And up next for the main event, and my most confident pick of the night, I'm going with Matt Sayles against Yazan Jaunet. And Matt Sayles is a highly touted prospect out of Alliance, longtime training partner of Dominic Cruz, has good experience fighting solid opponents. Matt Sayles is a very good striker, likes to come forward, walk you down, stay in your face. He has a great jab and nice left hook. He combos with his right hook and right straight off the jab, has very fast hands in the pocket. He has a nasty uppercut, sets it up very well. He digs to the body with hooks. He has nice leg kicks and body kicks. He will throw all kinds of kicks like jumping front kicks, round kicks. He's very fluid. Nice front kicks to the face. His footwork and his entries are very good. He's always attacking off different angles. He has a good flying knee. He'll slip your jab return with the right hook. He has great head movement. He can move right out of the way of your shots. He's a good grappler both offensively and defensively, but doesn't like to hang around on the ground on top or on bottom. He does a good job of giving up his back to stand up. Great job bellying down, getting up. Very calm in the cage, takes shots very well. Stays right in your face, has great cardio. Keeps a very heavy striking pace, doesn't get tired. His one loss, in my opinion, was a blatant robbery. I thought he won that fight clearly. I've seen him caught and hurt bad in the fight for WSOF. He was dropped, but he was able to recover, earn a decision, showing he can battle through adversity. And Yazan Jaunet is another fighter coming out of a good gym in Glory MMA and Fitness. Jaunet's fought the worst competition, less experienced than Sayles. He's going to be at an athleticism disadvantage in this fight, but he throws some real tricky combinations on the feet. He'll throw like a Superman punch to a left hand to a high kick, land the high kick, real tricky. Comes in with nice explosive punching combinations too. Can fight from both stances. He can be inactive on the feet besides the flurry, just circle, kind of look at you waiting for an opening. He will shoot for takedowns, and I feel he's more comfortable on the ground, but doesn't have good takedowns. He'll go for doubles, but from too far out. He can get caught with punches and kicks, and I think he can get caught by a head kick by Sayles. He doesn't have good takedown defense, but threatens with chokes, gets up pretty well. On top, he can land hard ground and pound, is accurate and aggressive with his ground and pound, but I just think he's a step below in everything than Sayles. Sayles will win via head kick, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a nice highlight reel KO for him. I'm going to say it'll be in round 2. And even if he is struggling with the striking, let's say the trickiness of Jaunet gives him some problems, I think that he's going to be able to end up getting it to the ground as well. I think he's the better grappler, going to be able to stay out of the submissions, and very confident that Matt Sayles gets it done in that one. And we are 1-0 so far on the parlay of the week, 1-0 so far on the most confident pick for this one. And for the parlay of the week, I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to say to bet on Dwight Grant, Giga, and Matt Sayles. And that's going to be the parlay of the week. And, like I said, I think Wright might be a good upset pick. But other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this week of Dana White Contender Series picks. Subscribe for more. Check out my UFC Singapore picks if you haven't checked that one out. Coming up this Saturday. You're going to have to wake up early for that one. But hopefully we can win some money on that one too. And thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe for more, like I said. And hopefully we win this bet too.